Okay, so I did decide to make a part 2 of handling your emotions, and this one we're going to be talking about the practical side, what you can do as a shift of mindset to just naturally not have as many negative emotions as you usually do in your day-to-day existence. So I'm going to resort to one question that I got a couple of days ago in my Personal Mastery Quest support group on Facebook, which if you're not a part of, go join. It's an amazing free resource. It's a great community of people just looking to answer your questions and helping you grow on this journey of creating your own reality, empowerment, and spirituality. So join now. The link is in the description box below, and ask your questions. Let's grow together, okay? So a question that I got a couple of days ago is by Cassia, and she said, "Hello friends, are we supposed to avoid thinking about painful things completely? I am getting confused. Some people say that if you don't feel bad feelings fully, then you will never be rid of them. But this seems contrary to what reality Transurfing says." So, see, this question is talking about how reality transurfing suggests that you always be embodying the energy of your desire, always having the mindset of the version of you that is living your desired life, because that is how we shift to. It's a shift in perspective. See, when you are shifting your attention to a version of you that is experiencing something different, that is what causes a shift in reality. That is what causes your reality to change. That's a topic for a different video, because we could talk about forever on that. But so that is how we create a separate reality, right? But what do you do with the current emotions that are just coming up? So do you not focus on the painful things? So my response to Cassia was, first of all, I wanted to say that was a good question, because I think this is something that a lot of people deal with. And so I want to say that things are not painful. The meaning you give to them is either painful or not. Reality transurfing never suggests to suppress your emotions. Doing so is not healthy. Reality transurfing urges you to go deeper and change your attitude to the situation, out of which emotions arise. Okay, so that's half of my answer, and I'll share the rest of my answer in a little while. But let's talk about that first. Emotions do not come attached to circumstances. Circumstances, your entire physical reality, including your body, is a reflection of your state of being constantly. It is a meaningless, it is an empty reflection that has no feeling attached to it. You are the feeling. You are the state of being. You are the consciousness within which this empty appearance is coming up. So, now establishing that no circumstance is coming attached with a feeling. Yes, it means that you can choose through emotional mastery. You can choose to feel how you want to feel, regardless of what is going on outside. Your partner could leave you, or the partner of your dreams could enter your life, and you could feel however you want to feel. You could lose your business, or you could hit the lottery, and you could still feel how you want to feel. So why is it that when certain things happen, certain things that we categorize as good and certain things that we categorize as bad, why is it that when these things happen, we feel a certain way automatically? Well, precisely that is why. It's because we are raised in a society in which we are conditioned with these concepts before we even become old enough to realize that we have been conditioned. So ever since you were a child and you were growing up, you were taught what is good, you were taught what is bad. You were just this empty slate, empty consciousness, and you just took what you were being told as the truth, right? That is what we call conditioning. And through repetition and seeing other people act in certain ways, like if someone loses their house and they're just like crying for days, you just thought that that's how people should react when you lose a house. Or if someone breaks up with someone, that's just how you should react when someone does that. So you created all these mental constructs unconsciously, and maybe some were created for you. But even if they were created for you, you accepted them unconsciously. And you have all these definitions about what is good, what is bad, what my life should look like, what success is, what failure is, how I should react if this particular thing happens. So see, you have so many conditioned responses. If someone says a particular amount of a set of words to you, words that have no meaning really, you feel a certain way automatically, because you have an underlying assumption of what these words mean, and you have a belief about them, and you have a belief that these are bad and these are harming your well-being or something like that, and then they make you feel bad. Does that make sense? So part of this journey of becoming more aware and creating your own reality is becoming more aware of all these little beliefs and concepts and definitions that you have unconsciously been conditioned with, and then overcoming that. Okay, if you ever want to gain emotional mastery, you are going to have to uncover all of these little definitions, not through effort, but just through natural raising your awareness. So when you feel something, when you come across a painful thing, a painful feeling, realize first, ask yourself, right? Like, okay, how am I feeling, right? And then if you feel bad, ask yourself, what am I believing to be true about what is happening that is causing this feeling? Right? We said there's no such thing as a painful thing. There's no such thing as a painful circumstance. It's just the meaning that you give to it. It's the belief that you hold to be true about that particular thing. That is where the emotion arises. So yes, someone dear to you can pass away, and you can look at that as a completely natural thing and a completely positive thing and still rejoice. And the emotions that would come out of that attitude would be neutral to positive. However, because you've been conditioned with looking at someone that's passing away as a tragic event, when someone passes away, you have a very, very negative response, and you cannot hold back. You cannot do anything about it because it's such a big definition that you hold so close to your heart. So one thing you have to mature about as you grow up, as you grow more aware in this journey, is this fact that circumstances do not emit a feeling. They do not emit a state of being. That is your choice. Now, are you going to make this choice consciously, or is it more comfortable for you to just give in to your old responses? And even though it's easier for you to just give in to your old responses because that's how you've always lived, realize that it's not necessarily more comfortable. It is easier to do it because that's just what you know, but doing so creates so much suffering for you. Whereas you can see through it. When you feel something bad, you, instead of focusing on the feeling or focusing on the thing that happened, ask yourself, this feeling is not being caused by this particular person or thing that's happening. It's happening because of my attitude. It is stemming from my attitude to the situation. So knowing that, what am I believing to be true right now about myself or about this person or about this situation that is causing me to feel this way? And then there you go. There you have the answer about why you are feeling how you're feeling. And then you can choose through awareness to change that definition. That is essentially what growing in awareness is. Becoming more aware of all these underlying little beliefs and concepts that you have running in your mind. And then if you don't like them, if they're not producing well-being for you, to change them. Because otherwise, these little programs that are always running are going to run your life into a lot of suffering, a lot of chaos, a lot of things that you don't even enjoy. But just because you're not putting in the initial effort to change these programs and waking up to change these beliefs patterns and everything, now you're just going to subject yourself to so much suffering that you didn't even ask for, that you don't even enjoy. One of the things you really just have to wake up to is like, anytime you're experiencing something that you don't enjoy, like wake up and remember that this is your reality. Right now you are experiencing your reality. And if it's your reality, then why? And you didn't choose to feel this thing that you don't want to feel. You didn't choose to have this experience that you don't want to have. Why are you just allowing it? Why are you struggling against it? Right? Instead, well, first off, it's happening because you have some unconscious negative belief or program running that is creating this type of experience, that is creating this type of feeling state. So become aware of that. And instead of just allowing it to run on autopilot, change it to something different by enacting or activating a new belief, creating a new conviction, believing something to be true that actually does feel good to you. And this isn't just you living in your delusion. By you creating a new conviction, you start to change your reality over time. Your reality, whatever you're experiencing right now, is constituted by all of the little belief systems and identities and whatever, all these programs that you have running. So once you start to change, you start to work on yourself, you start to become more aware, you start to change your beliefs into empowering beliefs that feel good to you. You literally start this whole rewiring process and you start to create a different experience. The change in state of being, the change in perspective, the change in attitude results in a different experience, in different feelings, in different circumstances. But you have to first become aware enough and then start to change all of those things. So realize emotions don't come attached to circumstances. They stem out of your attitude to a particular situation. Okay? So let me just share the second half of my comment. I said, this is something we must all realize and become mature about on our journey. Emotions are not caused by external circumstances. We allow our emotions to be tied to the external because we were conditioned that way. So you were conditioned, you were raised being told that emotions and circumstances go hand in hand. And there is a particular type of emotion for a particular type of circumstance. If you're going to the movies, be happy. If you're getting married, be happy. If someone gives you $1 million, be happy. If someone takes away the $1 million, be very sad. If someone breaks up with you, be very sad. If you lose your business, be very sad. So you just accepted all those definitions and now that is what is creating your experience. But you can create different definitions for everything. Definitions that allow you to feel better emotions, that allow you to create a more pleasant experience because you are the creator of your reality. So as you grow in awareness, you have to detach your state of being, your feelings, from what is going on outside. Realize yourself as the chooser of your state of being. Okay? Your state of being is what is creating all of these experiences in the first place. And your state of being is that perspective, that attitude, that perspective you choose to look at everything through. It all stems out of that. All your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, everything stems out of that perspective, that identity. So start creating those changes. More on that in further videos. But this ends the 2-part video series on emotions. Okay, we'll make more in the future if I come up with more valuable talk about emotions that I think will help you. But take this information and really apply it. Don't just listen to it and then just go back to running on your programs. Become more aware, consciously, deliberately. Make this your greatest intention rather than trying to get things from life and focusing on your goals. That's great and all, do that, but make it more important how you are living your life. Because if that is not your greatest intention, then life will have its way with you. Your little unconscious programs will have their way with you, and you will just be at the mercy of them. And you'll always be wondering, why is my experience this way? Why am I experiencing things that I don't even enjoy? Okay? Grow in awareness. If you want to, and you want to take it to the next step, get one-on-one coaching with me. Link is in the description box below. But other than that, give me a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.